As the world reels from the impact of its warmest month of March on record, we take a closer look at the dire consequences unfolding in the global south. From raging wildfires consuming Venezuela to drought-stricken lands in southern Africa, millions face the harsh reality of the rapidly warming earth that threatens the world as we know it.
The world just experienced its warmest March on record, signaling the alarming rise in global temperatures. According to the European Union's Climate Change Monitoring Service, each of the last 10 months ranked as the world's hottest on record compared with the corresponding month in previous years.
So we continue to see exceptional temperatures around the world. And March is the 10th month in a row that has been the warmest month on record for that respective month. And although a record in isolation often doesn't mean very much because the climate is incredibly variable, so it has, warmer periods, cooler periods, but it's this long-term trend with exceptional records that has us very concerned.
As temperatures continue to rise globally, the global south faces intensified heat waves, prolonged droughts, and increased frequency of extreme weather events such as hurricanes and cyclones. These environmental changes have far-reaching consequences. Venezuela, a nation besieged by flames, record-breaking wildfires, rage unchecked. More than 30,000 fire points illuminated the night sky, a stark reminder of the destructive power of climate change. The infernos, fueled by man-made land-cleaning fires and exacerbated by scorching temperatures, have threatened to consume vast swathes of precious ecosystems.
Everything's indicating that we're gonna see other events of catastrophic fires, mega fires, like huge in size and high.
Across southern Africa, the earth cries out for mercy as drought tightens its grip. In Zimbabwe, Madisirie Brinu and her grandson Tinotenda bear witness to the harsh reality of food insecurity as rivers run dry and fields wither under the relentless sun. Millions face the specter of hunger in the wake of El Nino-induced drought.
This is by far the worst drought in years. Ever since I was born, I've never seen such a drought. This year, it's too much. We are going to starve. We are expecting that we would harvest and sell to the national granary, but that will not happen. The heat was just too much. We last had rains in January. By the time the rains came back, briefly, part of my crops had already wilted.
As humanitarian crisis unfolded across the region, President Emerson Mnangagwa declared Zimbabwe's drought as a national disaster, pleading for international assistance to feed the millions left destitute by failed crops and dwindling resources. Moreover, last month, Malawi and Zambia also were declared a state of disaster from the drought. In Malawi, crop theft has become a problem as food sources are drying up, and in response to the crisis, Malawi President Lazarus asked international aid agency donors to help the country avoid hunger.
This is devastating. It would have been devastating enough if this was the first disaster to befall us in recent times. But, unfortunately, in the 4 years that I have been your president, this is the fourth time I have had to declare a state of disaster. All our development partners, the international community, all relevant United Nations agencies, the World Bank, non-government organizations, the local private sector, members of parliament, and all those who have any resources in cash or kind to spare to avail those resources as donations to the presidential initiative to stop hunger.
The devastation due to El Nino is not just limited to Africa. It's impacting all of the global south. Colombia's capital, Bogota, is rationing water to alleviate droughts brought by the El Nino weather pattern, which has worsened the impact of the dry season and has caused reservoir levels to fall, impacting millions.
The situation is related to El Nino phenomenon and to the fact things got worse during March. We expected to have rain the last week of the month. Therefore, the levels in the dams were supposed to change. That didn't happen during the last week of March. We had one of the driest months of March in history, and logically that worsened the situation, leading us to what we are currently seeing.
Y eso obviamente agravó la situación y nos llevó a lo que estamos viendo.
From the depths of these struggles emerges a call to action, reminding the global community of its responsibility to address the disproportionate burden borne by the global south. As temperatures continue to soar and the spectre of hunger looms large, it is imperative that concerned efforts are made to tackle climate change and support those most affected by its ravages.